Oh, sorry, forgot to have to stream that. Yeah, I'm totally not prepared for this. Absolutely whatever. But welcome to another weekly vlog from me. So yeah, since the last one, we have had a lot of things going on this channel. It has been completely madness. So yeah, I haven't been able to do a weekly live vlog because there's just been so much going on. One of the things is obviously this thing here, which is the 3D printer. Sorry if that's going off in the background, but I'm currently printing something for my son, which is an epic 6-hour print. So yeah, it's a bit madness. So basically what's happened is I decided to invest in a 3D printer. It's something I've been thinking about for a while, to do 3D prints of models and stuff like that, and I sort of bit the bullet and went with it. And yeah, I've been printing like crazy, basically doing all types of things, since brush hold, paintbrush holders, to chocks for the models so they don't escape everywhere. So yeah, I've been working on that. I'm currently doing a headphone holder for my son. So yeah, it's been a bit madness. The other thing as well is I've got a completely new setup. So that means, I've still got the original cameras, and I've still got obviously the blue microphone here and stuff like that. But yeah, I've basically invested in a new computer that's going to be able to do what I want it to do in the future. I have also got a new camera as well, so I'm able to do close-up shots, even though OBS isn't agreeing with it. Anyway, right, so let's catch up on part work, which has been quite a few weeks. So the Hachette Titanic is on its way. I've been working on that. I haven't been able to do any issues on that, and the reason for that is I've been working on the hatches. Now, obviously, what we got from Hachette is what the blueprints say, but not actually what the Titanic had with it. The blueprints say we had like a solid top, and it was like the first one. Now, what actually happened was, I do believe they scrapped that idea and just went for a canvas top. So that's what I've been working on. I'm pleased to say that's done, so I will be doing some videos of the Harshek Titanic coming up. I have started part 6 of the wooden Titanic as well, which is coming up. That is all, yeah, that's like a pre-record, so yeah. Ecto 1. Now, obviously, the Ecto 1, I'm now starting to work on the roof rack because I'd finished the dreaded stretcher stroke gurney, which was a bit of a nightmare yesterday because obviously I'm pre-recording things for this coming week. But 5 issues on a stretcher, I think, was enough to take, really. That just seemed to go on for quite some time. The DeLorean, that's coming along nicely. I did do a video again yesterday as a pre-record for Friday. That is coming along nicely with issue 89, was it? We're still doing that one, really. The Bismarck, I've got some pre-records on that, which will be coming out this week. And Spitfire, well, we finished the tractor on the Spitfire. But it's really delicate work, really delicate work. So that's where I would build. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get through the chat. So the first one we have in chat is D. Harris saying, evening, youngly. So evening, J. Evening, D. Told you I'm not prepared for this one at all. Then we've got Jay Chan says, good evening all. Hope everyone is okay and well. Evening, Jay. And then we've got D. Harris saying, good evening to Jay. And then we've got Dave Matt Build saying, good evening, Mark. I just remembered you was live. You know what? A minute ago, I just remembered I was live as well because I had a message from Horlicks saying, are you going live tonight, Mark? I'm like, oh, I forgot. But it's been a bit of a mad day. We've got DS Models of Vintage. We've got Dave in saying hi, Mark, and everyone in chat. Evening, Dave. Hope you're okay. Hope Christine's getting better. I know it's been a rough ride at the moment. And then we've got Dave McBill saying good evening to D, good evening to Jay, and good evening to Dave. And I will try and catch up with this. We've got D Harris saying at Dave McBills and at DS Models of Vintage, evening both. And then we've got Dave McBill saying, I've had to delete my Facebook account due to it getting hacked once again. I changed the password, but that didn't make a difference. Oh. You know, it's something I think I suffered from once on my Facebook. I have 2 Facebook accounts. I have my own personal Facebook account that I use for family and very close friends, as some people know. And then obviously I have my Modz Facebook account, and I never had any problems on my Modz Facebook account, but my own personal one, yes, I've had problems with people going there and sending messages that were just not from me. So I know how you feel on that one, Dave Mack. It's just not great at all. We've got Steve131 saying, hello, Sir Mark. Hello, Steve. Hope you're well. Thank you for all your comments on my videos over the last week. Very entertaining. And then we've got D. Harris saying, at Steve131, good evening. And we've got Horlicks. Good evening, all. Evening, Horlicks. I'm going to get onto something with you in a second. And then we've got Dave McBill saying, evening to Horlicks. And then we've got D. Harris saying, no half-hour notice for this one. Good evening. Yeah, I literally set it up and went live. It was that quick. It was that, yeah. I'm bad YouTuber. Bad. Very bad. I should be more on top of it. It's just, I've had a mad day, that's all. It's just, yeah. And then, like I said, Horlicks messaged me saying you're going live. I'm like, oh, really? We've got Steve131 saying hello to D. We've got Horlicks saying hi to Dave Matt Bills. And then we've got Horlicks saying hey at D. Harris. And then we've just got one more in. That's just come in. D. Harris saying, all good, Steve. How's you keeping? So let me start that one. So, okay. So over the last week, I've been looking at things on the channel. And the one thing I've been looking at it for quite a while now, is how the channel presents. now it's not about the videos I do or anything else like that. It's what is the focus of the channel lately, and the focus of the channel has been now lately sort of historical builds. So obviously I've been working on the two Titanics, I've been working on the Bismarck, I've been working on the Spitfire. The only two sort of sci-fi builds that I'm doing, which are coming to an end, is the Ecto 1 and the DeLorean. Now, although I still love my sci-fi, I'm a massive Star Wars fan and massive sci-fi fan, it's kind of not where the channel's gone. It was where it started, but not where it's gone. I'm just going to have a drink if you don't. If I can stop in this can. Good. So it's not where it's gone. I mean, that was the idea of the channel from the start. It was going to be sci-fi and all that jazz. And what I've learned beyond, along the way is that the sci-fi is sort of coming out of me in a way of as older I get, and I'm enjoying more the Titanic, the Bismarck, and the Spitfire builds. So basically, the other day I thought I need a revamp, and the revamp goes of this is, if you haven't seen it already, this is the new channel. So we're still Modz like we have been in the past. I'm not changing the name because it's the name I originally went with, but we are now looking at this is my new channel logo, which I think in a right makes more sense to what I'm doing. So it's where I want to be. I mean, I did all this. I've got sort of a channel logo in a way of a little video that I'm putting before every build that I start. But I think it's just the way I needed to go, because the previous logo wasn't, I don't think it's appropriate anymore, because it was very sci-fi, and that's not where the channel's going. So we've gone with this new one. I'm really, really happy with it, how things have gone, even the design of everything. And I'm probably going to stick with this now quite well into the future. So I'll just stop sharing that. Right, and right. So that's where we're going from now on the channel. It has been a little bit of thought and a little bit of, do I do this or do I just stick? I'm just like, no, I need to show what we're doing now on the channel, which is more different builds than being sci-fi related. And I'm actually really pleased with the logo. I did it on recommendation. I did it on Canva, and it's worked out really, really well. And I'm really pleased with how it's going. So we've only just got one bit more chatting, which is Steve131 saying we all good, sir. That's replied to D. So the idea in the future is, obviously, I still love my part works. I still love getting the monthly deliveries, and I still love building them. I probably am not going to stop doing that, but I'm probably not going to work on as delicate work as the Spitfire and the Bismarck, because that is, I really do struggle a lot with that now. The sci-fi probably will be ruled out eventually, but I will never say never. I mean, I know there's a few builds coming up. So there's like the 1960 Batmobile. That's something that's not really interested me, and I won't be doing, because I never really watched it, and I only tend to do builds that I'm enthusiastic about. Hence why all the Star Wars stuff and stuff like that. So if there was probably a new Star Wars part work out there, I'd probably go with it. But at the moment, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy doing the DeLorean, the Ecto 1. even though the Ecto 1 is about 10 issues off being completed as soon as Eagle Moss get in the issues, because I know that people are waiting on issue, I think it's 36 of the Ecto 1, and Eagle Moss are struggling to fulfill the stock on that one. It's Eagle Moss, what can I say? DeLorean's coming along nicely. Obviously, the completed car will be coming on very soon, but I will be taking the car to the Back to the Future 3 because I love that version of the car. It's something I've always loved right from the beginning. So I will be doing the continued issues of that. I think that's about it on Partworks. I'm getting on with the Titanic from Harshett. I'm getting on with the Eagle Moss Titanic, which I'm absolutely loving at the moment because you can just sort of lose yourself because it's, you know, it's what I call silent recordings. So it's where I'm going to mute the clip eventually when I edit it, and I'm going to put music to it. So I can sort of just do whatever, really. Stuff I wouldn't normally do in the background, but I don't think you want to hear that personally. So with the 3D printer, which obviously you can see in the background now, because, well, basically I've had to adjust my setup to the new setup that we've recently acquired. Basically, now that's moved around a little bit, I'm just getting used to what's in the background and stuff, which is the 3D printer, which I'm absolutely loving. It is just amazing. So, yeah. So, the bit of news about with Horlicks is... basically, obviously, over the last couple of weeks, me and Horlicks have been doing, obviously, the Arduino bits and pieces and technology bits and pieces. And he revealed last week that he's going to be starting the Volkswagen camper van from D'Agostini. Now, I know I've said in the past with D'Agostini, I'm not happy with it, but I'm going to give him a second chance. And basically, I'm going to try and have a go at the camper van and build it with Horlicks. It's when he signed up for it, it was one thing that was on my sort of wish list, tick list, and I've got quite a few builds coming to an end, so I'm thinking what's coming in the future, and I really do like the look of the camper van from D'Agostini. So basically, I'm going to be doing that. And hopefully I'm going to be doing that with Horlicks. I know Horlicks does his obviously live, which I'll be able to help with the instructions because I'll have the instructions. But mine will probably be pre-record unless he persuades me otherwise. I'm not saying anything. So I'm going to be looking at doing that as the next build. The other builds will still continue, but I'm getting probably about enough watchers on my channel to be able to invest back into a model, which is what was the, you know, it's the thing I've stuck by since beginning. You know, I said anything I make on YouTube, anything I make on Patreon will go straight back into the channel, and that's going straight back into the channel as a future build. So I'm really, really looking forward to this VW camper van. It's not something I thought I would do, but it was something I was looking at, and I was thinking, do I, don't I, do I, don't I, do I, yeah, just get on with it, Mark, and just, you know, you'll be fine. So that's what the future's going to sort of be with the next build. There's nothing out there planned that sort of takes my interest. So the things out there that are planned. So we've got the 1960s Batmobile. Not me. We've got the Batmobile Tumbler. Not me. There is news. Well, there's the Hogwarts Express. And again, I mean, I've watched the films. I do enjoy the films, but it's just something that's not for me, if you know what I mean. So it's something I've been, I don't know. I don't think so. So the Hogwarts Express is, yeah. And there's not really much out there next because obviously we're in the summer months and not a lot comes out. in the summer months as in part work. So I'm going to give D'Agostini another go. I know I've had problems with them in the past, but well, let's just see if the rebranding of the company rebrands the customer service you get. So, right, let me just catch up on the chat. So we've got Steve131 says, what about the Porsche or the Jag? The Jag, I don't know. If it was offered to me as a collaboration, I'd probably do it. And I'd probably enjoy doing it. But I just don't think I just don't think it's something I've never been a hop on. So yeah, the Porsche looks nice. I will give it that. It's really doing nice. But I just don't want to be just building cars. Cars are never interested in me, but yeah, I don't know. I'm building ships lately, and that seems to be the one. So Steve131 says camper van East gut. Yes, I get that one. Steve131, you've been learning me German over my Bismarck. And D Harris says at Steve131, translate that for him. LOL. I understand it. Yeah, I get it. I can always put it in Google Translate. And we've got John Mansell, Scale Modeler, saying, evening everyone. Evening, John. I hope you're well. Loving your videos at the moment. You need to get back live, John. You know, we all love the live shows. Steve131 says he fluent German speaking. I mean, I did German at school. Well, we did French, we did German, so I sort of get a few bits of German, but Google Translate is your friend. Holic says, same here. I bought the camper as a whole kit, but never went anywhere. The new D'Agostini site looks promising, so that is reassuring. And and you know what, Holic, I'm really looking forward to building this alongside with you. You know, when you said you were doing it, it took a bit of and ahhing and everything, but I really am looking forward to doing this with you. And, you know, onwards and upwards is all I can say. So Holic says, I shall do Hogwarts if we see it. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the Hogwarts Express. Obviously, it was released as a trial by Hachette, and that was a year, maybe another year ago. What were we in 2020? So I think that was released while we were in lockdown. Hachette always do the weird reason of we'll release it in a place where you don't even think it's going to be bought, and it's just never come. Now, I think with that is, I think they might have run into some licensing issues. And the licensing issues is obviously, you know, they've got to license it, but with the whole Harry Potter franchise being the way it is, I think it's quite hard to lock it down. So I'd love it to come out. Even if it does come out, I will look forward to watching people build it. I mean, I don't just watch the builds that I do. I watch all the builds that are out there. You know, I even go as far as watching German builders build the Unimog and the Bugatti Veyron, which I'm hoping comes out in this country, and I'm fingers crossed it comes out in this country, because that would be really awesome build to see the Bugatti Veyron. But yeah, so I watch quite a wide range on YouTube on part works. If it's part work I'm interested in, so I watch Eddie Stobart. You know, yeah, I'm not doing it, but I still love watching it being built, even though there's not many parts that goes on in that one. But yeah, I still watch it, all the other builds that I'm not doing, but I enjoy watching building. So we've got D Harris saying evening to John. We've got Dave Matt Bill saying evening at John Mansell, Stroke Scale Modeler. Oh gosh, it's jumping again. We've got D Harris saying at Steve131, took him long enough to get my shorthand. Yeah, I get it now, D. So yeah, I can do it. Sometimes it does take a bit of thinking, but yeah, I can get there. We've got John Mansell saying, I will, Mark. Room is a mess at the moment, and I've moved my PC screen so I can't see the chat. Right. I just look forward to them, John, because your live streams are fantastic. You can hold an audience on your own on what you're doing. And yeah, it's amazing. And it's relaxing as well. Because I can sort of sit back in this chair and just go, ah. So yeah, amazing. So can't wait to see you back live, John. I'm a bit in the same in here, really. Obviously, I've had to put the 3D printer up there, so that's obviously new. And I'm a little bit the same as in I'm trying to find a place for a spray booth because I'm obviously airbrushing now and bits and pieces. Yeah, in a small room, it can be a little bit impossible, but we'll get there. We've got Steve131 says, hello, Mr. Mansell, sir. Definitely, sir. And we've got John Mansell saying, hi to Dave and Steve. So, yeah, that's where basically over the last few weeks we've been heading. So we've sort of upgraded things a little bit, you know, with the 3D printer, and I'm hoping to work on that. Even though apparently I've been 3D printing for everybody else, but I haven't been 3D printing for myself. But that's just the way I am. And yeah, it's I'm looking forward to, because to mod things so they're historic and accurate, it's going to be a lot easier now. Even though I need to learn how the software is going to work, and I need to learn how I create my own sort of, you know, mods and bits and pieces like that. I've had a completely and utterly, and I will say this, positive outcry from the community. So I've had a lot of people going down, brilliant idea, you know, you doing what you're doing. And I've even had somebody on YouTube actually sending me free prints as well that he's bought and shared them with me so that I can print them off as well. So it's been quite a bit of discovery really for me with 3D printing. I've also learned there is absolutely loads out there that you can actually 3D print. That is actually going to go into the models that I'm doing. So one of them is a better grand staircase than what Hachette are going to give you. So Hachette, from what I understand, is just going to give you sort of they're going to give you sort of like a yellow steps, gold steps. But I've actually found there's a free print out there that gives you a lot more screen accurate historical grand staircase that you can 3D print. So I'm looking at going down that route with the part work. So it's a lot that I can improve on and a lot that I can now sort of sort out. The thing about 3D printing is, as long as you do your homework right and you do your, you know, you set it up properly, the world is your oyster. It really is. It's amazing what you can do on the 3D printing side. And that's what I'm looking for in, you know, in the future, you know, to look at doing 3D printing and to look at doing other things as well, other than just part works every day. Steve131 said, Brisbane battery isn't too gotta hit the silk night. Okay, Steve, good luck. Thanks you for dropping in. I'm still understanding German, so which isn't bad. And then we've got D. Harry said, at Steve131, see you later. So that's basically what's been going on over the last few weeks. So I'm just sorting out these comments. That's what's been going on over the last few weeks. I do apologise that I haven't been live, catching up on things. It's just that I've been really, really busy, and that is setting up things and getting new things and basically just sort of, yeah, sorting out all that. I just had not had the time to go live. I think there was, not last week, the week before, I didn't have hardly any videos out. And that was just simply because this room was in a complete and utter mess because I was trying to get it sorted for the new bits and pieces that were coming to the channel. So I do apologise for that. But we're back to normal now. I've got my build desk back ready. I've got things going on in the background and stuff like that. And we should be back on track. We just got a comment from John Mansell, which is, I've got a 3D printed staircase and photo etch backdrop from Woody's Model Works. I'm going to fit into the Titanic. Fantastic, John. So would that be your Harchette? No, sorry. Would that be the Trumpeter Titanic or would that be the Harchette Titanic? Because if not, I can drop you a link for a 3D print a Harchette upgrade that I've found. If anybody didn't know, I watch a person called the Model Boat Guy. Which, hang on a minute, let's see if we can get this up. So, hang on a minute, let me just transfer that over to the screen. Let's see, I can show this channel. Right, hang on a minute. So, I'm going to share screen. Right, hang on a minute, I'm just trying to work this out. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. This is me, right. Okay, so, here we go. Let me put this full screen. This is an absolutely fantastic YouTuber. Right, you have a lot of things that say the of. Where are you? No, not that one. The Life of Brian. No. Right, this is it. This channel is amazing. So it's the Model Boat Guy, and basically he has taken a 1/200 scale of the Trumpeter Titanic, and he is modding the heck out of it all. And I mean, when I say modelling the heck out of it all, he's gone, what would I call, major above and beyond. So, but what you can see here on this video down here is the build for the grand staircase. And basically in there is a print, 1/200 scale of the grand staircase. You can also find the prints for the tiles as well, for the Titanic, and it shares all the links in there, which are free, which you can download and you can 3D print yourself. So I'm going to be doing that on mine, because even though we might not see it, I know it's there, and I know that one of the most famous parts of the ship is going to be there, and that is the grand staircase. I mean, all this backdrop here at the back is just printed, and then obviously you have to pay the 3D print. So thanks to sorting out a 3D printer, I'll just come back to me. There we go. Next to obviously getting a 3D printer, I'm able to do that now, which is amazing, and I can make this Harchette Titanic amazing. I'm also going to be looking, because I'm still trying to save up, I really want the Trumpeter Titanic because it just looks so nice. And I really want to work on that one as well. So that hopefully should be coming up on the channel. Right. John Mansell says it fits both. That's brilliant. And John Mansell says fits both the Trumpeter and the Harchette. The problem is, with the Harchette version, is we don't know how much we're going to see. And I'm going to get this. 2 seconds. Right. So I was working on this yesterday. This is the Harchette Titanic. Now, I mean, I know Partworks have a budget, and they have a amount they've got to do. So I was fitting the decking. That is an absolutely pathetic excuse for a bridge or for a wheelhouse. I'm sorry to say, but what the heck is that? That is not historically correct. That is not what we're asking for. I mean, come on. How is that viable as a wheel deck for the Titanic? I mean, I know they've got to go on a budget, and I know they've got to try and do these things within a budget, but one of the most famous parts of the ship, which is the front, which is the wheelhouse, we got that. Looks like a blooming toothbrush. I mean, please, in the comments, if you agree with me and that's absolutely ridiculous, then please say in the comments, how is that accurate? What the heck is what? I'm lost for words. I really am. I mean, I'm hoping the Eagle Moss Titanic is a lot better than that. I'm honestly lost for words. I mean, I didn't get it out of the box when I first got the next set of issues, and I thought, right, well, that issue, I think it's issue 14, is going to be coming up very, very soon. I'm thinking, okay, I better get the deck glued down on that one because obviously I like to glue it. Seriously? I mean, what? What were you thinking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Lost for words. All I can say is I'm lost for words. I really. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely. If they call that a historical, it's a bit like with the DeLorean, isn't it? You are about to put in the most important part and most iconic part of your DeLorean. You are going to put in the flux capacitor, which is a piece of plastic and an LED bulb. Sorry, right. I'll catch up on comments. Enough's enough. So Denmark Bill says, yeah, you know what harsh I like, Mark. They never do any research into any of their models they bring out. Very, very true. I mean, I think we pointed that out there, didn't we, when you were saying that you were building a water tank on the diorama for the Spitfire. It's like, it's not a water tank, it's a fuel tank. Why would they be fueling the Spitfire up with water? And actually, I actually spoke to Dave Say, who is very knowledgeable at this, and he's like, that's not a water tank, that's a fuel tank. Even there's a historical photograph of that fuel tank on the ground with a Spitfire, and it's definitely not a water tank. It's a fuel tank, but they're calling it a water tank. Yeah, the madness of yeah. Okay. D. Harris says, I think the wellhouse facial will come later. Well, I hope so, because I'm telling you now, that is not a wellhouse fascia of the Titanic. To the point, if that is what we get, if that is seriously what we get, I am literally going to chop that. I'm going to saw that off and put in my own. Because I know I can get one. Because that is completely and utterly rubbish. It really is. I mean, I don't think I could even live with that on a model, to tell you the truth. Really. But this is Sunday, 6 o'clock rant, I suppose. So we've got Dave Bill says the Trumpet Titanic is more accurate than the Harshett Titanic. I can agree with that because in issue 1 we got that forecastle hatch, and it was nothing like what it should have been. And then we get the well deck hatches, which are nothing like they should be, which are canvas covered. But they've gone off the original blueprints that says that they've got a hard top on when they don't have a hard top on. They're actually a captain. Nobody ever seems to think that the Olympic came first, and a lot of the issues with the Olympic were corrected on the Titanic, and that's why they are two different ships. So what happened with the Olympic not necessarily happened on the Titanic, and things were changed. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there is a big debate. Well, there's absolutely a massive debate. I will go there on the centre propeller. So, for a while now, the centre propeller has had it's been 4 propellers, not 3. Now, a lot of people said for many years it had 3 propellers, but everybody said no, it's pictured with 4 propellers. That's what it's got. That's what it was designed with. It was designed with 4 propellers for the centre. Now, that's how basically the models have gone from then. So we've gone from the knowledge that there was 4 propellers on there was 4 things on the propeller for the centre propeller. Now, new evidence has come to life of a Harland and Wolff, basically like a shipping sheet that basically says, because the Titanic, the Olympic, the Britannic, and all the other ships that they were building in the shipyard were not called by their actual names. They were called by a number, and they knew when parts came in for that, the number was then related to the ship, and that's where it went. It came to light that on the Titanic there was a change on the central propeller, and it was changed from 4 to 3. Now, we don't know if she went out with 3 propellers because we've got no evidence of that, but they found it more efficient to go out with 3 propellers than what the Olympic had was 4. Now, a lot of our knowledge we get on what was on the Titanic we get from the Olympic. So the Olympic had 4 propellers on the central to begin with. But eventually, on this piece of paper, it actually got changed to 3 propellers on the central propeller. So what is in the original blueprints not exactly happened on the ship, because the Olympic was like the test build, would you say? And she went out, and any snags they had, they would fix on the Titanic. The major one of them being that they found that the structure was weaker having an open promenade. I think it was on the I think it was either A deck or B deck. The Olympic went out with a completely open promenade. Now, when that went out, they found that the structure of the ship was not as good as what they predicted. So what happened was, on the Titanic, they enclosed part of it. Now, by enclosing part of it, gave first-class passengers their own promenade deck, but it also strengthened the ship. Now, if you fast forward a few years after the Titanic sank, and the reports of the breakup of the ship, the Britannic had different, what's it called? I would say like stretched. I'm struggling to find what it is, but the bits where the ship would expand and de-expand was changed on the Britannic because it was different. So what historically we can get from the blueprints is not exactly what we're going to ship. Right, so D Harris says, wheelhouse roof also missing. Yes. I think we do get that as a separate part, D, because we can remove it and we can see inside it. I think, but it could be anything. John Manson says, I'm going to cut it off and model a replacement from scratch. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So if that's the case, I'm not going to do. I'm going to cut that off because that is absolutely pathetic. The part. Sorry. D says, now do you understand why I stopped Hash at Titanic? Yes, I do, D. I do. Paulick says, yeah, that was a shame, but I was happy with the DeLorean. Chloe went extra to get her flux. Yeah. But should we have had to pay extra for a screen accurate thing? Probably not. And then D Harris says, you're on about the ship build, Ella, from the build foreman. Yes, Steve, that's what I'm on about. Right, so I'm going to wrap it up because I think Kev's going live very, very soon, and I'm a moderator, so I need to get over there and help him out a little bit. There is, as far as I'm aware, let me just double check this. 2 seconds while I just double check this. Okay, so tonight at 8 p.m. we have got an Agora model special route master from our very own DS Models of Vintage. That's been put on StreamYard, so I presume that's what's happening tonight at 8 p.m. We've got Nexus Live at 7 p.m, all being well. So please tune in to both them live streams. Tomorrow, we do have the Disney Dolls House, but we just don't know if Christine's going to be there. It might just be Yorkshire Crafter and myself again. And then Tuesday, again, I do not know what's happening with Christine's Eddie Stobart. We are all there saying, please get well soon, Christine. We are all rooting for you and we all want you back to tell us all off. Because nobody's telling us off at the moment and you're not the one that's doing it. So, Christine, please get better soon. Our thoughts and wishes are with you. And yeah, can't wait to see you back on YouTube. One last comment is dimension of shafts and blades on the build sheet. Yes. And then D. Harris says, Kev, 10th of July, not sure about the night. Right, okay, I'm not sure then. Right, so enough of me in my crazy world of blabbing on. I will catch you all next week. Thank you for all bearing with me while I've been not around. Like I said, I'm trying to make improvements for the better, which has been quite difficult, but, you know, we are getting there. But hopefully next week we'll be back to normal and I'll catch you all next week. So bye for all. Bye.